Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Hester Biosciences Ltd Q4 FY24 and FY24 Financial Results Conference Call hosted by ICICI Securities. As a reminder, all participants' lines will be in the listen-only mode and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. And I'll hand the conference over to Mr. Abdul Qadir Puranwala, sir. Thank you, and over to you.
Neha, on behalf of ICICI Securities, I welcome you all on the Q4 FY24 earnings conference call of Hester Biosciences. And I thank the Hester Biosciences management team for giving us this opportunity to host this call. Today on this call, we have with us Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, CEO and Managing Director, Ms. Priya Gandhi, Executive Director, Mr. Nikhil Jhawar, CFO. I will now hand over the call to the Hester management team for their opening remarks. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Priya Gandhi. I'm happy to have you all here for our quarterly update for Q4 FY24. We released our results sometime back and I hope you all have had a chance to go through it. And here I am to walk you all through our performance for the current period. First and foremost, I'm thrilled to announce a significant milestone achievement for Hester Group with our revenue reaching the mark of 300 crores, including contributions from our subsidiaries. On a consolidated basis, the revenue went up by 18% on a quarter basis and 14% on a year-on-year basis. On a standalone basis, the revenue increased by 20% on a quarter-on-quarter basis and 12% on a year-on-year basis. Now delving into the performance of our divisions from India as well as providing some forward-looking statements. In our animal healthcare division, Q4 FY24 showed a growth which was driven by multiple factors. Despite facing challenges stemming from the regulatory changes that led to discontinuation of 2 of our brands, the division has shown a positive trajectory. The health within the division has shown a 12% growth quarter-on basis and an 8% growth on a year-on-year basis, showing our ability to and build momentum despite facing challenges beyond our control. On the animal health vaccine segment, we have been focused on our commitment to the Government of India by our timely and consistent supply of the Goldpox and PPR vaccines to support the national immunization program. It is important to note that in the large animal health sector, immunization predominantly occurs through tenders, reflecting the process segment. We are actively engaged in pursuing these tenders in the nation's interest. Furthermore, we are continuing our efforts in developing vaccines that align with the government's requirements to meet the needs of the livestock farmers across the country. Moving forward, we also aim to capitalize on the anticipated growth in the dairy sector and expand our presence in the small ruminant market this year. We are also introducing new specialized products to meet the evolving needs and broaden our portfolio. Moving on to our poultry healthcare division, we've achieved a growth of 22% in Q4. This growth trajectory has been consistent throughout the year, driven by industry recovery and our strategic introduction of diverse products to meet market demand. This year, we have put significant emphasis on our technical sales services or the after-sales service to better cater to our customers' needs. This includes robust monitoring of the field performance, covering factors such as vaccine administration, storage management, efficacy evaluation through birth testing and data generation. These efforts show our commitment to innovation and responsiveness to market dynamics, positioning us stronger than ever before. In the coming times, we foresee growth opportunities driven by increasing demand for poultry products. Our focus on innovation, including the development of modified versions of some important poultry vaccines, is further going to improve our market position this year. Coming to care division, although we have encountered a slight sales dip in Q4, compared to the corresponding quarter, our cumulative performance of the financial year shows a healthy growth of about 49% compared to the year before. This year marks our first full operational year with all 4 quarters functioning, providing valuable insights and learnings to help us strategically plan for the upcoming year. Leveraging these learnings and building on our strengths, we are optimistic about the potential for exponential growth in the coming years. Moving ahead, we are in process of introducing new products in therapeutics, supplement and prescription, pet food diet segments, which will further distinguish our offerings in the market. Speaking of the infrastructure at the Hester India plant, regarding the BSL-3 facility, which was built earlier to produce the COVID drug substance, process of repurposing it. I'm also pleased to share with you all that we've received the final milestone grant payment from BIRAC, and as mentioned, we are currently repurposing this to commercial production of veterinary vaccines. This move is aimed at further enhancing our overall manufacturing capacity. In terms of the financial performance, we saw a positive development in Q4. Our gross profit margins have increased, primarily attributed to a strategic shift product mix. Furthermore, both EBITDA and PAT witnessed a growth, closely aligning with our enhanced sales performance. I'm also pleased to highlight that our cash flows for the current year have shown improvement, marking a positive trajectory. Additionally, we've successfully reduced our debt by 30 crores, reflecting our commitment to maintaining a healthy financial position, prudent management of resources. Now, looking at our subsidiaries' performance, Hester Nepal has achieved a top line of 5.5 crores in Q4 and 13.5 crores in FY24. Hester Nepal executed the FAO tender for the CPR vaccine and anticipating this to carry forward this year. Hester Nepal aims to increase the poultry vaccine manufacturing also to cater to the domestic as well as export needs of the Middle and Central Asian countries. This will improve our operational efficiency and also reduce dependency on the India plant. Speaking of Hester Africa, we've commenced our revenue generation in the current financial year, achieving a top line of 5.2 crores in the entire financial year. And as we look ahead, Hester Africa is also well prepared to meet the anticipated government orders in the coming financial year, with a primary focus on serving the East and Central African markets. And to support this endeavor, we are actively establishing a robust marketing network in these regions. Further to this, our strategic focus remains on strengthening our presence in African veterinary spheres. To this end, animal vaccines tailored to address the African-centric animal diseases. We have submitted dossiers of other products of importance in Africa called TCTC and sheep and goat pox. Through these efforts, we aim to contribute significantly to the socio-economic needs of the continent. In conclusion, our positive performance provides valuable insights and clarity, guiding our strategic focus moving forward. We are dedicated towards navigating challenges with meticulous attention to detail and implementing robust long strategies to ensure sustained growth and success in the coming. And with this, I thank you all for your support, and we now look forward to your questions.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Viraj Mehta from Enigma. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so my first question is, if you look at the poultry business in India, last few months have seen a significant uptick in poultry prices. Do you see now farmers spending more money towards vaccination of poultry? And so in a core business, what kind of uptake do you see in India?
This is Rajiv here. I'll take the question. The poultry industry is now definitely on an upswing, and this upswing makes them move towards a more scientific, a progressive way of poultry farming. And yes, there is going to be an improvement on their pickup for vaccines, etc. And I'm sure this is now going to continue for sure.
Okay. And sir, my second question is regarding the utilization of the Nepal plant. Can you throw some light? Where are we on Nepal?
On Nepal, we have done a reasonably good turnover. Our debt has gone down more or less. It's a very small debt that, in fact, we have already started paying income tax over there. This is the first time, so that shows a sign of progress. We did a turnover of 13 crores. Now, we still, even at this rate, we still have more than double the capacity, 3 times rather, we can do the turnover in our Nepal plant from where we are. So we seem to be in position as far as Nepal is concerned, for sure. 13 crores turnover can increase it by a little more than times. And as I told you, we have started paying income tax, which in itself is a progress.
Thank you so much, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next question is from the line of Ankit Kanodia from Smart Sync Services. Please go ahead.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for taking my question. Congratulations on the set of numbers. Sir, my first question is related to the poultry business. So, just wanted to understand this poultry business right now. I mean, prior to this quarter, we had a long period when this division was not doing well. So, do we see this as a one-off quarter, or do we see a structural change in the cycle? And if you can give more color as to what gives us confidence that this is a structural upturn in the industry, that would be very helpful, sir.
I just answered this in the earlier question that the poultry industry is now looking at an upswing, and I am very sure that things will remain upbeat, upswing, and it should take it. And I think it is a positive way to take it. It's good to take it further. And you want to say something?
So I think it is cyclic, and we can't really predict for the industry to not see this little bit of a dip going forward. But I think even has some role to play in the way people were looking at poultry and how the whole industry got impacted. But we definitely see it picking up again.
Okay. So my question actually was basically more on what gives us the confidence, as in any data point or any further you can put on that, which gives you the confidence that it is on upswing. That is what my question was.
So if we have understood your question right, it is you are looking on parameters which give an indication whether the poultry industry is now going up further, etc., or you are talking about our product?
No, you got my question right, sir. Regarding the poultry industry only, what parameters do you see which gives you confidence that?
Yeah, you are asking on the parameters of the poultry industry, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So the poultry is affected by feed prices. Right now, the ingredient prices are even okay. The demand for overall poultry is okay as our economy is doing good. Disease incidences are less at this point of time. Plus, the government of India has also allowed, and the production of the avian influenza vaccine, which will be launched not only by us, by other companies as well in the next 3 to 8 months. So all these are reasonable good indicators that the poultry industry is headed in itself for a good upward trend growth.
Yeah, thank you, sir. That was very helpful. So my next question is related to the Tanzania plant. So we all know how much time it takes and how much effort we have put in over the years in making it reach to a level of commercial production. But still the volumes, to my understanding, is very, very minuscule right now. So any color as to how we can see that shape up in FY25 and FY26? Any qualitative and quantitative guidance you would like to give?
Yes, the Tanzania plant, as what we are saying, we built this with a very big expectation as evidence. I don't just say that we did of optimism. There's a lot of confidence, which also means that while hoping for the best, we have always been now prepared for the bad times. Incidentally, we have been going through the bad times, and those reasons are beyond our control. War, COVID, dollar issues with all the countries that would need to purchase vaccines. So now this is also getting tied down, the countries that, getting overhauling and are progressing further. Slowly, we have reasons to believe will settle and countries will start buying. In fact, there were already tenders which we had won the tenders, but because of the foreign exchange crisis, we have not been able to supply. So it's not that nobody wants to buy, it's just that their ability to purchase has been impacted of all macro reasons. And Tanzania as a country in itself is looking at getting into animal disease immunization programs. We all are working at it at the same time. We have also invested reasonably well to address the private sector by creating a strong distribution network. So all these activities are happening and we are taking small steps, and we are sure that we will see good progress in a short time to come. Now again, I don't have the definition of the word short time, but we are definitely building a good distribution network wherein we don't even depend on the government buying, where the distributors buy from us and supply directly to the poultry farmers, cattle farmers. We ourselves, there are many NGOs, we work with GalMed, we work with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, all are trying to push and be of one voice that a government giving a free vaccine and a government not being able to give a free vaccine does not mean that you don't vaccinate. It's in the interest of the poultry farmer, the cattle farmer to, in any case, vaccinate. So these are activities that are being embarked on not only in Tanzania, but in other African countries. I say all this not to just give a rosy picture, but to definitely tell you that there is a work that is being done. Countries are even coming back to normalcy, or even if not normal, they will have to spend on immunization programs, and definitely see business coming in the next few months.
Thank you, sir, for that elaborate answer. One last question, if I may. Sir, in the past, what we have seen during the upcycle of poultry farming, poultry segment, what we do is that our gross margin moves up comfortably between 80 to 90%. And when the poultry segment is not doing well, it comes down to around 60 to 70%. Now, given that we assume that the poultry sector should do well from the current quarter onward, do we expect the margin to further go up, or because of our more contribution coming from health products incrementally, we see less scope of gross margin going up from here?
Yes. Hi, Priya here. So with respect to the margin, I think you all are aware about the fact that we started as a poultry vaccine manufacturing company, and even if you see our product portfolio within the poultry vaccine segment, we pretty much have all the vaccines to cater to the diseases, that go around within the country. And if you compare any multinational company also with it here, they have a very, very big health product segment in their operations as well, and that is something we are striving to achieve. Because along with our vaccine, we want to complement the product portfolio and introduce these supplements, biosecurity products, and all these other healthcare products. So to answer your question, I think yes, the margins will sort of shift depending on the product mix, but in the coming years, we definitely want to also focus more on health.
Okay. Thank you so much, and all the best for the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Manish Jain from Gormal One LLP. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. I wanted to understand the dairy sector in India, where we have seen government and private sector lending to the dairy sector rising. And lenders have been insisting on insurance of cattle, and insurers have been insisting on vaccination of cattle. Now, how are you targeting to address demand coming in from this lending combined with insurance? And this will require significant increase in your distribution, making a last mile availability.
Yes, Manish, Rajiv here. The whole issue is now making the whole dairy industry more robust in the country, and these are all ways to make it more robust. One thing is the biggest current situation is that the fragmentation and the fragmented industry that it is in, wherein dairy farmers, the average population with each dairy farmer is very, very small compared to any other country where which are milk producing. Now, lending is coming in. This is leading to a little bit of a consolidation, which again is linked insurance and vaccination. We had a meeting with an insurance company which came to meet us to even understand about all these things, so that how do they take it, or how does the cattle farmer get the vaccine, etc. It is something which is an organic thing which is happening right now. It is an evolution. While it's good it is happening, but it is going at a little slow pace, because the area to be covered, the dairy farmers to be covered, it's very, very huge. Having said that, there is progress, and we are even meeting with all the stakeholders, and we are even working with them, identifying distributors, giving their names, connect distributors with the local people over there, insurance agents, sometimes even go to our distribution centers, etc. As I said, this is all evolving at the moment.
Okay. And the second thing is we have applied for a formal approval for lumpy skin vaccine. When will that come through?
Lumpy skin disease, we have acquired the technology from the government of India, IZRI, and we are in the process of developing the lumpy skin disease. This year, the government is going to be using the goatpox vaccine to immunize cattle against lumpy skin disease, as the goatpox vaccine has given very good immunity, and it will continue to give immunity not only in India, that's common all over the world. Our developmental activity, hopefully next year around this time, when the government starts again buying the vaccine, we should be ready before that for the dedicated lumpy skin disease vaccine. To put on record, in Africa, we have a lumpy skin disease vaccine is already commercialized, which is already being sold, and we have supplied to 3 or 4 countries.
Perfect. Now, if you can just give a update on the global PPR eradication program.
The global the PPR eradication program, as you know, has been been spearheaded by United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, and they in turn depend upon funding from countries, which slowly is now improving what it was in the last 2 to 3 years. And while there are no indications given to us or to any other manufacturer, to put on record, every year there are 1 or 2 meetings that are conducted. Another meeting is coming up in September, and they are always hoping that we are ready to supply when the orders come in the quantities, etc. We are as much hopeful as what we can be towards this situation. I do not have any financial data to give you on this. Neither do I have any information either known to me personally or in public domain towards the progress of FAO on this.
And my last question is on poultry sector. Given that we have seen increasing heat stress, climate-led variance, does that lead to more controlled poultry farming, which further increases opportunity segment for vaccination, biosecurity, and other healthcare products? From a trend perspective,
controlled housing has always been in vogue all over the world. In India, it's also now the big people have controlled farming, and yes, controlled farming would lead to a more scientific farming, because housing more chicken in a smaller area, giving them the right environment in terms of temperature, in terms of everything, biosecurity, etc. So, growth promoters making sure they remain healthy, because the risk in such cases, if the disease sets in, it could catch more among the birds as they are more closely in those houses. Yes, the more countries get into environment, the opportunities for companies like us increase.
Excellent. I actually have 3 more questions. I'll join back the queue.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Madhur Rathi from Countercyclical Cyclical Investment. Please go ahead.
So I wanted to understand that our African subsidiary made a 18 crore loss last year. So in this present financial year, sir, in your best estimate, sir, what kind of losses, if at all, are we expecting from this subsidiary?
Nikhil will, if there are any figures related to things, Nikhil, you can talk, but let me give a subjective to a whole. The Africa plant or any plant that which is, whether it is built by us or anybody, it's never with the thought that, to build up such a bit of anything. We have been working hard. The macro environment has pushed towards this. We are hopeful that the situation will change. It could change within 1 month, it could change within 6 months, it could take 8 months to change. Be rest assured, this is not a permanent situation. All this is going to improve in within less than a year.
Sorry
and
to interrupt
there
you,
is
your voice
yes.
is breaking. I'll reconnect you. Give me
okay.
a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for patiently holding. We have the management back on the call.
I was answering a question on the loss in Hester Africa. Shall I continue to answer that question?
Yes, sir. We have Madhura.
Yeah. So we did incur a loss. It will definitely enlighten you on the breakup of the loss, how it has come. This situation, I mean, we have chosen a territory where there is nobody, where there is instability, and at the time there is immense opportunity. Once this thing starts rolling, it will itself go and take it further. We are reasonably hopeful that in this year we should be back on track. If you ask me the exact time, I would not be able to give you an answer, but definitely in this year, we feel that we would able to take things forward as per plan. Now, it's Nikhil who will just enlighten you on the loss that took place.
So, sir, if you see, there has been a net loss of 18 crore rupees for the year. But if you look at the EBITDA numbers, so we are positive, almost 1.5 crore rupees EBITDA positive. The loss is also coming out mainly from the depreciation of 6 crore rupees, and there is a foreign exchange loss which has happened in the current year because the Tanzania shilling has depreciated very in a big number, which almost impacted 9 crore rupees of unrealized loss, and this is not yet to be paid to the loan along the loan.
Thank you, Madhu.
We have already asked.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to ensure that the management is able to address the questions, please limit your questions to 2 per participant. And ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and 1 to ask questions. Thank you. The next question is from the line of Shyam Garg from Ladder Financial Limited. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity and congratulations on a good set of numbers. So my first question pertains to what will be our expected revenue growth in terms of volume and value for the next financial year and financial year post that.
It's like we are working hard towards it. We were in period. We are now again on an upswing. We are here to ensure that the line improves and bottom line improves. We are working extremely hard that we have reasons to believe in either case we will be better off in this financial year than what we were last year or last year. This is what I tell you at this point of time. With whatever getting forecasting we would have done internally, at this point, once bitten, twice shy, we have gone through bad times. We would not really want to discuss on these in terms of numbers, but sure it's upwards only.
Okay, so some second question is with respect to that. How much that we are planning to pay off this year?
Okay. So we have around 85 crore rupees of debt which gets paid on an annual basis.
Sorry, sir, can you please repeat?
25 to 30 crores on an annual basis.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next follow-up question is from the line of Madhur Rathi from Counter Cyclical Investments. Please go ahead.
Sir, I'm trying to understand that on consolidated basis, our animal health division is doing between 31 and 34 crore revenues in the past 4 quarters. But if we see the profitability, it is fluctuating widely. In the first quarter on 31 crore revenue, we did 2 crore. PBIT, whereas this quarter on 34 crore we have done 12.3 crore PBIT. So is this a one-off, or sir, should we expect the same kind of quarterly profitability to continue going forward?
So this quarter we have seen progress in our animal vaccines because we, as mentioned, in the tender, in the immunization programs for the government of India, this quarter I think has been the best quarter in terms of us supplying for the tenders. So yes, in terms of the profit, since the margins in the vaccines are better, this is what it has shown. With that said, in the coming quarters, like we just mentioned in the previous question, that right now we want to focus on the bottom line as well as the top line. So we are looking at increasing the volume, even though we are looking at a higher health budget. But at the same time, with the increase in the top, we will be able to see a stable bottom.
Great, sir. And also, if you could just indicate that for FY25, what kind of revenue growth and margins are we expecting in our all three divisions?
I think, as I just answered that in the earlier question. We are working towards it, not that we want to raise or anything. It comes, we have now back onto an upswing and
Animal healthcare industry itself grows at a rate of 8 to 9%. We have grown at a 12% standalone basis. So I mean, this is the yardstick which is there, and now, we either maintain it or get better. These are the only two options.
And sir, lastly, wanted to understand that in the past 2 years, we have received around 50 crore cumulatively from government grants. So going forward also, is there any unpaid portion of government grant that is left, or we have got whatever we had to get?
We have got everything, whatever we had to get to build the BSL-3 facility. No grant pending be received by us, by Government of India, and I think that's about it.
Okay, so thank you very much and best of luck to you.
Thank you. The next follow-up question is from the line of Manish Jain from Gormal One LLP. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I just had two housekeeping questions. We have 168 crores of capital WIP. When is that likely to be commercialized, and which facility is this?
So this pertains to two items. One is our BSL-3 facility, and second is the fill finish line.
And okay, and so that gives you the breakup. The BSL-3 facility, we have asked for purposing it from the COVID other vaccine. We get permission shortly. Already working on trying to get into other animal vaccine, and so that will be online. And the finish is near to completion, and that should go on stream in the next 2 months' time.
Perfect. And when I look at this is for both poultry and large animal vaccines, where Russia and other EU countries, due to the changed geopolitical situation, is there any opportunity or inquiries which are coming into Hester based on that?
Russia, no. We have not had any inquiries from Russia. In fact, let me tell you, Russia as a country is reasonably self-sufficient in most of all these things. Very old R&D institutes, etc. So there aren't any such inquiries that really have been coming to us for any of these vaccine, not a single vaccine inquiry, neither us, and I don't think any other Indian company manufacturing animal vaccines is also in line for supplies to Russia at this point. And secondly, the strains also. I'll give you an example. They produce PPR vaccine. They are sufficient PPR vaccine, but their strain being different, they are not offering it in the tenders, etc.
Perfect. And once again, congratulations to the entire team for actually bringing about a significant, dramatic improvement in your profitability and keeping that as the base and trying to improvise further on it.
Nada. So, no, thank you for your good wishes. All who have been on call, because all mean well for us, and that is why the questions to understand us better and the company.
Thank you.
Thank you. As there are no further questions, I will now like to hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
To everyone for joining and hearing us out. We hope that we've answered your questions. If not, we are also very off call. I think Nikhil is more in touch with everyone. We are always happy to answer questions. As mentioned in the beginning of my talk, that definitely a stone of reaching the growth of company size has been encouraging. This year has been quite transitional and still in that transition phase. This year has given us a lot of valuable insight, clarity on our strengths, on which we are going to be leveraging, focusing strategically on way ahead and to be done. And yes, we are committed. We are committed to this, to the animal healthcare industry as well as all our stakeholders. So thank you all.
Thank you. On behalf of ICICI Securities, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.